Hello everyone, Frankie Louveles here and Miss
Leena Allure,
and this is the second edition of Retro Curious. Okay, for this edition of Retro Curious, we're going to be doing something that has been requested for quite some time now.
Yeah.
Yep, we're going to be showing you how to do the Bettie-Wave. So what we're going to do is show you step by step, kind of break it down, show you the materials you're going to need, and then you will master the Bettie-Wave for yourself. Yes, it'll be awesome.
Yep.
So, alright, we'll get started. Alright everyone, let's get started with the Bettie-Wave. So for this particular Bettie-Wave, I'm going to be teaching you how to set the curls with the curling iron. It's essentially the same concept as doing pin curls, but with the curling iron. So it's a little bit of a time saver. This is how I do mine. It lasts me pretty much all day. You can do roller, wet set, whatever, but this is how I do it. So, okay, let's get started with materials and then we'll get going. Alright, starting off, you're going to want some hairspray. Whatever you prefer to use, totally up to you. I prefer to use a fine mist aerosol. It doesn't weigh down the curl. Next, you're going to want some kind of clip that's going to hold the curl in place while it's setting. This is the type that I use right here. You'll notice there's a little space that's going to accommodate the hair so it doesn't crimp the curl and make it all weird and ugly. We don't want ugly. Okay. After you're finished, you're going to want a soft bristle brush. Soft bristle, you don't want the ones with the little beads because when you go to brush through your hair, it'll take out that curl. You can still overbrush the curl with one of these, but it takes a lot. So, alright, we're going to do that, and then right now, obviously, is when you're going to want your curling iron. Depending on the size of wave that you want, you'll use a larger diameter curling iron. So if you want softer waves that are bigger, larger curling iron. If you want them to be nice and neat and tight, use a smaller curling iron. I'm going to use about a 1 inch, okay? Here is Miss Leena's lovely hair, as you can see. Now, Miss Leena has a natural curl already in her hair, so she has a nice texture going. What I'm going to do for that is I'm going to brush it out. And if you have naturally curly hair, don't put product in your hair before you do this. All you're going to want to do is just wash it like you normally would, hop out of the shower, and you can blow dry it if you want, or you can let it air dry so it's not as frizzy. But it's actually kind of lucky, and Miss Leena has a natural texture in her hair because it'll hold this pin curl very nicely. Now if you have straight hair, it doesn't hold as well, but you can still do it. You'll just want to make sure that you let your curl sit a lot longer. Typically what I tell people to do is to set their curls, let them sit in their hair while they do their makeup, and that gives you plenty of time to allow them to cool, so when you take them out they're going to be nice and tight and they're going to hold most of the day.
Interesting.
Yes.
You're going to have fun with my hair.
It's beautiful. Alright, so let's get started. The principle of doing a proper Bettie-Wave is that you're going to be doing them in rows and doing them in different directions. So the first row is going to be going in this direction, second row that direction, the next one after that this direction. So it's going to be alternating waves, and that's actually what's going to give you the wave effect. So first curl, we're going to take a little section of hair. And it's going to be about yay thick. It's not going to be super thick. If you want a good proper Bettie-Wave, you don't want them to be really large. Alright, so what I'm going to do with Miss Leena's hair is I'm actually going to kind of heat up the whole strand before I set the curl. The reason for this is because she already has that natural curl in it, and I want to smooth it out and then recurl it. So I'm kind of retraining the curl in her hair. So I'm just going to heat it up at the very ends, and I'm just going to roll it into the curling iron here.
Please don't burn me.
I promise I won't. Okay. So how this is going to work is you're going to let it set for about 10 to 15 seconds. If you want the curl to hold for a really long period of time, the longer you have it on the iron, obviously, the more it's going to curl properly. Now, it's entirely up to you. Obviously, you don't want to fry your hair, which this really shouldn't do too much to it, but that would be my tip. Okay, so...
Especially if you're doing your friend's hair.
Yeah, especially if you're doing your friend's hair. Don't ruin your friend's hair. That's not nice.
No.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now, and try and get it as close to the root as possible, because the top part is going to be smooth. So you want as much of a wave to show as possible. What I'm going to do is just kind of hold the hair right here, but not let it unravel. I want that heat to kind of stay in the curl. Okay, maybe turn your head. Hold your head right there, don't look.
Do you want me to hang on some clips?
Sure. Let's have you right here. Miss Leena is going to assist me. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take this, and my curl is going in this direction. I'm going to set it to the top of her head. I'm going to clip it in. And that's going to hold it in place. Then what I'm going to do is take my hairspray, and I'm going to lightly spray the curl. So that way, while the curl is still hot, it's setting, the hairspray is going to soak into the hair. It's going to keep it in place. Alright. I'm going to take the next curl or strand of hair. That's your curl. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to repeat the same process. If you lose some of the hair along the way, it's no big deal. You can always scoop it up, put it back in. And kind of go from there. So I'm going to let it sit again, same thing. Not too complicated. But for the next row, I'm going to have her hair curled in the opposite direction. So I'm actually going to change the direction of the curling iron. So remember to do that. If you don't do that, you're not going to have the proper wave. You're just going to have nice curly hair, which is not bad, but it's not a wave. Alright, take that out. I'm just going to grab the hair. Don't grab the iron because you don't want to burn yourself. You want to keep those pretty digits. You can kind of unravel the iron just a little bit to loosen that hair out. Clippy. Set that in place. We're going to spray it down. Okay, that's it. So we're going to repeat the process as described, and I will show you the end results. Now we've set Miss Leena's curls into place. You can see that they're all clipped up. What we would typically do, like I said, is you would do your makeup while it's sitting, and then you take out your clips and you're going to brush your hair out. So I'm going to take out her clips, and then we're going to go straight to the hair brushing so I can show you that. While they're still in the clips at the final process, you want to spray them one last good time and allow them that time to sit. Okay? You ready, Miss Leena?
I am.
What Miss Leena has going on now is what looks like kind of a Shirley Temple curl. This is what you want it to look like. It's going to be very tight and bouncy. That's okay because that's going to give you the nice wave once you brush it out. Alright, so we're going to take our soft bristle brush. What you're going to do is you're going to hold the back of the brush and just brush down in one nice stroke. That's going to get all of the hair meshed together, and it's going to make everything really smooth. So, starting in the front and then working towards the back. You're just going to do nice strokes. This. The top of the hair is going to be smooth, and then you're going to get more of the wave towards the bottom.
I can take a nap.
It's nice and relaxing. Okay? So, now you can see we kind of have some waves. We're going to kind of brush underneath too. All of those nice little hairs together.
blending? I can't see.
Yes, it's blending.
Yay!
All right. So next, what you're gonna kind of do is you're gonna smooth it down and kind of pull it together with your hands. And that's gonna help everything kind of conform together into a nice wave. It's gonna have some nice spring to it. If you want looser waves, you can keep brushing. If you want them to stay tight, don't brush as much. Flip. Alright, because Miss Leena has nice curly hair already, she has a very nice texture already going. You'll notice that her hair looks a little bit fluffy. That's a-okay, you kind of want that. But what I'm going to do is smooth it out so it's nice and shiny and silky with some pomade. You can use any variety of pomade.
I steal my boyfriend's.
Yes, I steal my husband's. It works very nicely. So what you're going to do is kind of start at the top and work your way down towards the ends and slowly kind of work all of that in. Don't use too much because you don't want it to fall out.
Or weigh it down.
Or weigh it down. See that her wave is forming quite nicely. Okay. Very pretty, isn't it? What you think? I think it's Bettie-licious. All right.
I just need the bangs.
Yeah, exactly. I think somebody might have a fringe piece. Secretly. Awesome. Well, there you go. That's how you do the Bettie wave. It's actually a lot more simple than you think. Surprise. What do you think, Miss Leena?
Let me double check. It is adorable. Love it.
All right, everyone. Thank you for watching this edition of Retro Curious. And next time, we will have some more goodies for you.
Yes, we will.
It'll be wonderful. All right? Okay. Thank you for watching Retro Curious.